Hello, this reading is going to be for the Divine Masculine. I just got done with the Divine Feminine, and so at the base of your card you have change in direction. It says the changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcome you desire. I forgot to tell you that your vibe, the song for your energy right now is Justin Bieber featuring Rascal Flatts. That Should Be Me. It's an older song, but that's the song that I got for you guys. It's a very emotional song, but it's very beautiful. You can go look it up. I'm going to leave the link in the description if you want to check it out. And at the heart of the matter, at the center, you have noticed the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. And in your surrounding energy, you have opportunity to forgive. What do you desire? Perfect timing and daydream. And for your understanding cards, we pulled the Empress, which the Divine Feminine also had, and the Eight of Rods. So for the masculine, I feel like at this time, with so many things going on in the feminine community, in the feminine energy, this is an opportunity for the masculines to forgive their feminine counterparts. That can be your family, that can be your sister, that can be your mother, that can be your niece, that can even be your daughter. So Spirit, you also have the Eight of Rods, which is fast moving energy. So at this time for the Divine Masculines, they're just now learning about themselves, really, about their emotions. Not themselves, but their emotions, and still understanding the whole community of Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flame, and Soulmate. And they're just not understanding that because they're just not getting in the realm of their emotions, which is where Spirit lies. And so with you just not understanding that, Spirit is still moving kind of quickly through you and around you and shifting your energy, giving you that change in direction, because the Divine Feminine is already awake and she's just walking out the process of healing and nurturing herself and loving herself. You're just now being awakened, but it's the perfect time before you to awaken your emotions. Not that you were not aware, but you just didn't know emotionally why you was connected to this certain feminine energy, this certain woman. Even when you wanted to go, she was still there. Or even when you pushed her away or however you treated her, she still loved you. And it was a direct reflection of how you've been treating feminines in society. Maybe you and your mother have a strange relationship, or you're not as close to your daughter as you need to be or as you want to be. And so what Spirit is doing, you have the Empress, which is what the Divine Feminine has, but the Divine Feminine Empress cards was saying that she's emotionally balanced. As for you, this is the perfect time for you to get in touch with your feminine energy, your feminine counterpart, so that you will be able to understand why this woman is in your life. And it's also an opportunity for you to forgive every other feminine energy that didn't work out, or that may have mistreated you or lied to you or disrespected you, or even that you may have disrespected. Because as you forgive that feminine energy, you align yourself with your feminine energy, which is connected to Source. And it's the perfect time for you to do that, because it's your turn to answer the question. The feminine has already answered. What do you want? Do you desire to have the love of the masculine? Or do you desire to have the soulmate? Do you desire for fate to take its place? Do you desire for union? Or even not just union, just career-wise. Do you desire to have a blossoming career? Do you desire to have love for yourself? Do you desire to have respect of brotherhood, respect of society? Do you desire to do the will of God that is on your life? No matter what it is. The question is, do you desire to have it? And as you realize that desire, daydream about it and think about it. But it says you will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly, which is the same as meditating. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seed of creativity. So at this moment, you need to think and Daydream on what you want, but don't direct it. Like, don't force the thought to come up in your mind. Just close your eyes and meditate and ask spirit, so you can notice. Ask spirit, what is it that they would have you to do? How do you get in touch with your desires? And if you don't have any desires, do you desire what spirit desires for you? As you do, you just daydream and meditate on it, and don't direct it towards any feminine energy. If you notice, all these cards that you pull has females in it, opposed to this one, which a lot of the cards do, but not all of them. But you got full feminine energy taking over right now in you emotionally to open you up. Notice the signs. It's the perfect time for you to become in touch with your feminine side and forgive every feminine part of you. Forgive the part of you that disrespected a woman for crying. Forgive the part of you that was hurt by a woman because you cried a lot. Maybe a woman hurt you because you cried a lot and told you that you were weak and you were this and you were that. You forgive that. Forgive your mother. Forgive yourself. Forgive everyone in your life at this time, because spirit is guiding you somewhere. And you have the Eight of Rods, meaning spirit is moving at a rapid rate. Now, the feminine had the opposite of you. Even though she's your counterpart, she had the opposite. She had steady progress because she was already moving fast and having so many things going on and making so many mistakes and so many clutters. But she got through it peacefully. She came out on the other side, and that is what she's experiencing now, her rest and her rejuvenation and her relaxation. As opposed to you, you're in a space where now you have to do the work on your end, the meditating and the understanding and getting in touch with your emotions and calling on spirit and realizing the answers that they give you. And for your base card, I saw that it said change in direction. And hold on one second. Okay, my apologies, masculine. I was cooking. I just wanted to pause it. I had to go check on the food. So I noticed with this card you had change in direction, which to me, I read the card that said you are protected now in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes that you desire. But I also noticed in the artwork that it's like a newborn baby and a stork with an angel. The stork is holding the map, and the angel is pointing like this is the way for this child to go. So it's like you're being born again, and it's like a rebirth for you. Like you're letting go of things that, ideologies that you used to think, or religious structures that used to hold you up, and you're kind of being rebuilt from the ground up. You're kind of learning who you are in society. It's like being born again, but not actually going through a process that anybody else is going through in your rebirth. It's not like you went to, and it's different for everybody. Maybe you did. Some may have went to church and got baptized in the water and got reborn, but some people are being reborn in their emotions. They're finding out emotions they never knew they had. They're crying tears for things that they didn't cry tears for, or they didn't know that crying was a form of release and was a form of growth. And you're learning it in your rebirth process, in your process of being reborn, and you're getting your innocence. If you notice, the child is innocent and he's saying, I want to go this way, but his angels and guides are telling him this is the way we're going to get him to go. So the baby is reaching out. It's like you're reaching out. You're like, this is what I want. But you also have to notice that spirit is telling you what you need, what would really serve your highest good. As far as the baby could be pointing to, anything, because the baby clearly has no direction and doesn't understand everything, because the baby's just now being awakened. The baby's just now born. Think about a newborn infant. They don't know everything. They just know that they have to eat, sleep, and, I don't want to say poop, but eat, sleep, and poop. That's what a baby does. But they don't know what they need. They don't know that they need to be changed every so often. They don't know that they have to be cleansed, by themselves. They don't know. They barely can even speak. Like you're just not learning to speak in terms of spirituality because of your newfound birth. So you're just not learning about this whole spiritual growth, and maybe even this whole journey. And that's why it says the changes you're experiencing are divinely directed, because the spirit guide stepped in, because they saw the feminine going through all this and really trying to get herself together. So they stepped in and said, listen, we're going to help this child, this man out, or this baby, or however you want to look at yourself. I just look at it as a newborn baby. Not saying that you're a baby, just saying that you're just now learning things that you didn't know in regards to the spiritual journey. And there's nothing wrong with that, because the feminine has been there too. And it's also a part of life. Even when you go to school or you start a new career, and it could be referring to your career, you're a baby in that mindset because you're just now getting your business off the ground. You don't know how to write out contracts. You don't know how to do payroll. You don't know how to get the QuickBooks started. You don't know everything. Nothing is wrong with that. Anybody who says they know everything, heck, I don't even know everything. I'm just giving you the messages that I receive. But anybody who says they know everything doesn't have room to grow. And if you don't have room to grow, then you're just going to be stagnant for the rest of your life. So this is amazing. It's just saying that you're going through a transformation, and you've been guided to go in a new direction, but the direction is moving pretty rapid, because Spirit already knows the time, the place, the date, and the situation that's going to allow you to come into full alignment with who you are in regards to your journey and who you are supposed to be with. Now, as I said, you forgive all the feminine energies around you. I see this woman as a laid-back woman, and even forgive you. Maybe there was a laid-back woman in your life, feminine energy, that you was just like, she's too boring, I can't do anything with her, but she was a sweet girl. You may have broken her heart. Forgive yourself and forgive her, because she may have just got angry or might have done some things because you hurt her. But it's time for you to forgive all the feminine energies. Then you have this energy. It's a strong, stern woman that says, I know what I want. And if you're not ready, I don't want to be with you. So what do you desire? Are you ready or are you not? Then you have this woman who's saying she just loved nature and loved nurturing people. And you can forgive yourself for looking at her like she was weak, or looking at her as if she didn't know anything, because she was one of those people who was a homebody. I see this person as a homebody, down to earth, very grounded, but some masculines just wanted to party and be in their head. So when the feminine didn't want to do that, you were just mean and abusive, or even disrespectful, and finding other people to fill that void when that wasn't even necessary. And so Spirit is saying now is the perfect time for you to open your eyes and see that this woman was just angelic. She just had a light around her. She was just purposeful in her being. And you're getting in touch with your emotions, and all the partying and drinking and going out with the fellas is not that important anymore, because you're being born again and you're learning about love in general. Your rebirth is in matters of love, because you didn't know what love was. You just knew what sex was, or lust, or partying. You didn't know what deep-rooted love was, because you didn't have that emotional feeling within yourself. And the feminine would come around and give you that, but then she would leave, or maybe it would be so many that you couldn't come into contact with that one deep love, which would have been the Empress, which is what the feminine had in her reading. So since you're learning about that and being born in that direction, you're starting to open up in matters of love, in matters of feelings, in matters of emotions. But you have to forgive in that process, and that's kind of your process, forgiving and loving yourself and respecting the feminine energy as a whole. And respecting that feminine energy starts with you respecting the emotions that you have, the feminine energy within yourself. And that's why it was so hard for you to love, or to give your love away, or even to respect the feminine in your life, because you were trying to, I don't want to say control the feminism within you, but you were trying not to be so feminine that people looked at you like you were, less than a man, or looked at you like you were, I don't want to say bitch, but that's what they call men, if they have more feminine in them than masculine, or if their feminism kick into play emotionally. And that's not true. You're not there. You're just a man, a God-fearing man. All God-fearing men have that feminism in them, because how can you be connected to Christ, to Source, to God, to Jehovah, to Buddha, to whoever you pray to? How can you be connected if you have no emotions? Being connected allows you to feel what Spirit is saying. It allows you to cry. As you forgive, you cry, because the hurt is being washed away. You are being born again. Notice the signs, as Spirit is trying to tell you, that you are loved and you're never alone. Even if you're not connected to your feminine at this time, or even if you're not excelling in work, or you haven't even started your journey of forgiveness, you're still not alone. They are with you every step of the way. And as you start to meditate and listen to music that opens your emotions, and not just hip-hoppity, pop, pop, bang, bang, shoot 'em up, and, you know, nothing wrong with that, but this is the hour where spirit is kicking in and saying, no, you got to go into overdrive because everything's out of balance. The universe is out of balance. Things are out of balance because the masculine is too much in his masculine energy and not balancing out with his feminine energy, so that love can vibrate on every level. Because if you're too much in your masculine, you won't be able to love a woman affectionately, appropriately. So, masculine, that is your reading. And to all my masculines, have a good day. Get in touch with your feminine side, because that is where your divine feminine lies. Have a good one.